Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the first tree, where we are having an introspective and very heart-wrenching story about a son, his dad, growing up in Alaska, being a fox, looking for our lost children. Oh, we are so close to getting that. Okay, we got it. Also, from last time, all I did was walk back to this place. I was right. Once we hit the 3 out of 3, the walls fell and we were able to escape. We're just gonna grab this star and we're gonna get a move on.
The perpetrator stood nearby, unfazed, like nothing was wrong. My dad is dead, and he's never coming back, Rachel. I can tell you these stories, but I can never reminisce with him again. He can never hold a grandchild that we'll probably never be able to have. I can never talk to him again, and I'll never be able to say I'm sorry for everything.
We'll come back. Oh, dude, this game is so sad. We're gonna fall down the cliff. This seems to be like our only... No, don't slide down. Don't slide down. Go back up. I guess we missed one. Maybe later we can teleport back. But for right now, I feel like the only path we have is to go down the mountain. His dad's dead. I mean, relatively expected. Going back up the mountain isn't that simple. If we want to be true completionists, we definitely gotta come back. We need to do anything on the sides. I think our running speed is increased. I don't know. This game, it really hits you in the feels almost immediately. Like, you can't really go many moments without, I don't know, feeling some intense emotions. Also, last video, I accidentally streamed it to Twitch. On OBS, the start streaming and start recording button are directly adjacent, which is, I mean, what adjacent is, but that's why the quality of the last one is probably subpar compared to everything else, because I had to download Twitch VOD and then re-upload it to YouTube, and since it's the first time I've done that, I've probably not figured out the best way to do it. I mean, it is what it is. So now we know that our father's dead and there's no way that we can interact with him, which is probably why we're feeling so down and so emotionally drained. Which is why, viewers, if you have a father that you are, like, having troubles with, like, more emotional troubles, not like if he's, like, an actual terrible person, but, like, if you just don't get along, just try and iron things out the best you can. I'm sure you don't want to be fighting each other. Just talk it out, hug it out, maybe play this game together. It's available on Switch. I have not checked if it's available on Steam. If it is, I'm sure it's been in the description for a while. I'm probably gonna do all of these videos in either 1 or 2 days. It's a little look under the hood at the YouTube magic. The art of this game is spectacular. One of my favorite things to do is the little zoom out and then watch the fox run sideways. I honestly think that's the best view that you can have. But it is a little bit easier if we're looking from behind our character. At least it's a little bit easier to see where we're going.
I just can't talk about this anymore. Good night.
Sleep. Does that mean that's when we were supposed to stop playing the first time? gonna be another day. Or then he'll start to have another dream. Is he just gonna have... Is it just gonna be about him and his dad? Or is it going to be in... Just a journey through all of the emotional turmoil of his entire life? Maybe he's having a midlife crisis. It's sad that they might not be able to have a kid if they want one. And we're teleporting out slowly but surely. Also, I don't know if we were locked into like a teleporting sequence there, or if we could have like stopped and then walked back and then had things brighten up. They might have still just had us whisk away to something else. I don't know how the flags are set for this game. Oh crap. This is... Ooh, this is like the end in Minecraft. It's just... Or the end
Joseph,
portal.
You can't go to sleep feeling like this.
I'm definitely taking a screen cap.
I'm sorry for everything, and I
Turn this
know
on.
you need space, but I'm here for you.
That's how you do it.
You don't need to feel so lost.
Let's go.
Joseph, have I ever told you what my mother was like?
Joseph and Rachel. Oh, now it's gonna be Rachel's emotional story. Dude, it's a Patronus. Is she Harry Potter? I think that star is actually at an infinite distance, so we should probably go towards this stag. Also, is there gonna be another one to this side? No, are there just... There's 3 of the bright stars on the horizon. Adjacent to a different one. It appears to be mirrored 3 times. As far as the sky is concerned. Sorry to like pull back the veil on that one. I think we gotta follow the deer.
You know what it's like not to have a mom at home.
Oh no.
And you
Not
know
1,000
how hard
paper
that made my
cranes.
childhood. What helped me was watching the birds in the morning before the school bus came. I thought that my mother was one of those birds, and it made me want to be free like her. My mom taught me how to fold origami cranes while she was in the hospital. So I told myself I would fold one every day until I could fly myself.
So pretty, I couldn't help it. Her mother was sick in the hospital, so everybody's just got a little bit of trauma in their lives.
I think we both have always loved animals, and for me that love started with a dog. Sometimes this Rottweiler would come up to our property line and wait at the fence for me, but only once in a while. I was sure to check every day immediately after school, and it usually ended in disappointment. I would even steal money from my passed out dad just so I could buy these off-brand dog biscuits. Even when she did stop by, she never went beyond the fence. Why was she so scared? I think my dad was the opposite of your dad in almost every way.
Yeah,
Except
she didn't have a
he
good
was in
dad.
the military as well. He coped with alcohol of every kind. The trailer started falling apart, he got angry, and I withdrew. More and more I became the weird, quiet kid who made lots of origami birds and carried dog biscuits around. I think we were pretty similar when it came to being the weird kids. And that same sincerity in college was one of the reasons I was so drawn to you.
She's making her
Life got
1,000 paper
worse and
cranes.
worse. And at one point, I really didn't think I could survive another day with my soul still intact. I had no real friends, let alone neighbors, since we lived in the middle of nowhere. I should have talked to my teacher, but I was scared what he would do if he found out. As I waited for the school bus one morning, I walked around until I found something in an abandoned shed. Something I can't put into words. I summoned courage I didn't know I had, and I broke into my dad's room and found the key to the shed where he had locked my bike.
That's her
I'll never
bicycle.
forget that feeling. The wind rushing by my ears as the sun rose over fields of wheat. I was flying for the first time. I biked as far as my legs could take me until I found a house that felt friendly and that felt like home. Those strangers helped me in so many ways. And if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have found my
Oh.
foster family. And if it wasn't for my parents, I wouldn't have met you. You have strength, Joseph, and you're not as alone as you think.
It's all just so pointless. Just waiting for life to happen. It's like having the home I always wanted is cursed out of my reach. The thought of being a parent myself. How could I do that when I couldn't even be a good son? I'm sorry. I know what you're saying. I just don't know how things will work out. These quiet hours will turn into years. We'll wonder which roads passed us by.
Then we'll forge a new road together. Besides, I discovered for myself that one fateful morning where any hopeful road leads to. There may be thorns and mist, but it always leads to the same thing.
And what's that?
Family.
I'm so glad that you're part of my family, Rachel.
And I'm glad you're part of mine.
There's so many deer and fawns. This game is just, it hits so hard. At least for me. I don't know about you, but it's got me feeling some sort of way. It's really pretty. Ooh, also, I want a screenshot of us with the big deer. So just give me a moment to appease me. I'm not gonna do this at a later time. I gotta run this way and then go back. Video capture off. Just one moment. I think somewhere along that we got it. That's gonna be the thumbnail for the video. Ooh, but for real, these two went through a lot when they were kids, and they ultimately ended up together. Joseph and Rachel. Dude, if they don't want to start a family, they don't have to. But if they do want to, I'm sure they'll both do absolutely solid. They'll be great parents, as long as they do their best and they make sure their children know that they love them. I love jumping as this fox. I don't know if it's like annoying to watch me just go through an open field. Just jump up in the air and fall back down. But it does allow us to see all the deer in the field. All the bucks and does and all the fawns. Very unlike deer to congregate in such a way, but as far as an artistic standpoint goes, I get it. It's making a whole lot of sense. What a beautiful lens flare too. This man, I'm out here dreaming in 2020, and this man is dreaming in the low poly resolution of 2080. He's on another level with his lucid dreams. Okay, we got a little bit of platforming to go. Also, I don't know. I would love to play more games like this. It doesn't have to have the emotional weight, but there's games where it's just like a simple journey through the forest as an animal. It's so peaceful. What is your favorite game of a similar style? It could be story-driven emotional weight or art style similarity. Just let me know down in the comments. I want to know. Maybe I'll play it for myself. Maybe I'll at least check it out. We'll see. Depends on where my funds are sitting at the time. Because most things that stop me from playing games is two reasons. One being time, which I mean I only have so much of, so I gotta choose what to play and when. The other one is, at least for most of my youth, was the bigger issue in playing games, and that was money. So I could save up my allowance, do for months on end, and then Foolishly, I would buy like a brand new AAA game for $60. I mean, it's not foolish to buy a AAA game, but like
Fox knew her
I could have
last
played a
cub
lot
would
more.
be waiting for her at the first tree. She was almost there. The rain cascaded onto the jade valley where the entrance to the tree was. Life was protected there, because that's where life began. It was now only a mother and a daughter left. Items from my life still dotted the ground as she moved closer to her destination and destiny.
So like, some people have some wild dreams that they're like, hey, how do you interpret this one? I feel like anyone would interpret this guy's dream the exact same way. You really get a sense of I'm falling when you jump off a cliff in this game. Dude, we'll make it to the first tree. I don't know if I like the tight camera zoom. I don't think it's as cinematic as maybe like watching from afar, being zoomed out a little. I just hope I finally fix the artifacting problem that was happening in like some previous Nintendo Switch games. Let's try this one more time. Yeah, if we go from the intended direction, it seems to be okay. Also, the bump in the ground is a good notification as to when exactly we should jump and also where. Now I feel like we can't actually go back and get that one star that we missed. We might just have to play through the whole game again. Who knows? Maybe he'll have a different story about his father. Maybe, you know what would be wild if there was a new game plus? Just like you completed the whole story. P.S. Here's some more heart-wrenching content. If you didn't cry the first time, New Game Plus will make sure that you do. Because we'll tell you about the sad things that happened in your life. Not just sad things you can relate to. We'll be going up there. Maybe. I don't know if this rock is useful. Maybe we should just continue to head down through the valley. There's definitely something up there to the right. I don't know if we'll get to it yet. I'm not seeing like the haze of any sparkles in the distance. Or maybe there are some up here, they're just... I don't know, they're just secretive. Let's see, this game is definitely made with heart though. Giant spools of wire. If you've ever used one of those as a table, it is quite fun. I'm trying to remember, I don't think it was the first place that I lived, or the second place. I think it was the third place that I lived. Not in my backyard, but in one of my neighbor's backyards. So I've always had backyard, well not always, but mostly I've had backyards that have been, just only once. Since I lived there the longest, it feels like it's been a most of the time thing. But I've had a backyard before, I know it's crazy, that was forest, and neighbors also had forest for backyard, and one of them had one of those giant spools in the woods, and like when you're building a fort, as you do as a child, which is, I mean, you can also do as a young adult, or old person, just an older adult. Anyways, before some emotional dialogue starts happening, we had one of those spools out in the backyard. Other person's backyard. We used it as a table next to our fort. We had the most hype fort in the entire
was super supportive
neighborhood.
of my college plans. To a point. Things were okay until this terrible accident happened. I guess a forklift flipped over due to a bad axle, and it crushed one of the workers there. My dad didn't eat for days, even though he wasn't directly involved. It devastated him.
Okay, it
Not
wasn't
only
his
did
dad.
it hurt the business, but it just freaked him out. He would talk in his sleep, muttering things about firing people and saying sorry. One fateful day, he approached me, said that since my school search wasn't going well, I should finally be a man and take over the family business. He said one day he was going to die, and that all of his work, sacrifice, and even that man's life would be wasted in vain. I just lost it. Teenage me just exploded at the thought. I screwed up. I said things I shouldn't have. He was having a crisis, and I pretty much spit in his face.
That is some rough stuff. I definitely understand that though. I used to work in a paper mill. Safety, absolutely huge. If you talk to any of the people that had been there for like a long time, a couple of years, not a couple of years, but the people have been there for like decades, like that's been their whole life is working at the mill. If you get them talking about any of the accidents that have ever happened there, it's definitely something that makes everybody a little uneasy, especially knowing every day that they could like be the next person that gets injured. Just people having their hands caught in moving parts. Manufacturing is honestly some scary stuff. It seems simple enough, like you're just making paper, but machines that end up making paper are very strong, significantly stronger than people, and they could take your arm off of your body, or they could crush the fingers that you have, and that happened to some people there. Definitely, I'll avoid any gory detail. You know, it's not anything to really joke about. Workplace safety is huge. There's a reason we have OSHA. I mean, we definitely like making the OSHA ladder jokes, but ladders do actually cause a lot of injuries and deaths, so just don't. It's fun to make workplace safety humor, but remember that we have workplace safety for a reason, and at the end of the day, the most important thing is not how much you're manufacturing, but the fact that everybody can go home, because everybody's there to do a job. They're not there to really sacrifice themselves for the company. Okay, we can't go that way. We gotta turn around. And at least for me, the most important thing for anyone in any industry that could have people get injured, whether it be movies, stunt performers, like race car drivers, NASCAR, people getting brain injuries in football, just anything. The most important thing is that they can go home, continue their life outside of work. Which is why I gotta make sure to continuously exercise and not just sit down, eat unhealthy foods, and just be lethargic all the time. Because then I will become unhealthy and it will affect me later on in life. This game is just making me think about just sad topics. I mean, don't know if it's the wrong place to discuss it, but I definitely feel more comfortable talking about things with more emotional weight during a game like this than a game of Bomber Grounds, if you know what I mean.
Was that the last time you talked to him?
No, I called on holidays, and he would call on my birthday. I guess we acted like nothing ever happened, which was
That's
stupid.
them.
Didn't want to ask about his lumberyard, and I'm sure he didn't want to ask about my job search. I never went back and visited. I think the last conversation we had was about what movies we had seen and what exactly a best boy is in the credits. I thought he would be here so much longer.
I think that's one of Troy's last lines in Community is asking LeVar Burton about what a best boy is because he saw it in the credits. I'm glad that a lot of people always wonder about that because I too wonder what a best boy is. If you have the knowledge, just throw it down below. No. Last one is also gone.
closest and do not die, but only retire a little from sight and afterward return again. Go to sleep, my love. We have a big day tomorrow, but I'll be there with you every step of the way.
Thank you. Thanks for listening. Good night, Rachel.
Good night, Joseph.
And is that what winning feels like? If it is, I don't want to win anymore. Wonder, do we get a new Game Plus option? Something to cheer us up? Maybe we just have to play a different game that's a little happier. Some of the most important moments in life aren't always happy, though. Best to recognize that and not ignore it. 6 months later. Oh, crap. What? We're no longer a fox? Is this the new Game Plus? I guess it's not over yet. Back in Alaska. Feel like we're getting near the end. If we have to cut the video, dude, that's Rachel. Have to cut the video because this ends up being like another half hour. We'll cut it here. If not, we won't. I don't know. Maybe the ending will just be a little bit long. Is everything packed? Is everything getting packed or is everything unpacking? Home. Dude, the world that we live in is not as pretty as the world of our dreams. Oh, but we can jump? Jump the whole way. Like the little picture for running first one. That's either a really tall fence or we're not that tall. Where do we go? Where do we go from here? Been 6 months. Are we moving out or are we moving in? Something is going on. And we... Something interactive. Oh, dude, the purple truck. Mattress in the back. Find it and get it all fixed up. That's pretty cool. It's back here where we used to camp and tell stories with our father. All out here. We gotta be back in Alaska. Go inside. Boy, we can go inside. Oh, nice. Have out here. We got some military rations. We got a radio. We got a sleeping bag and an extra one.
What the hell?
Is that the fox? It is now our spirit animal and it will guide us to happiness. This is the light at the end of the tunnel. We used to be controlling it, and now it is controlling us. This place is still beautiful in its own way. Not in the same way that I love low poly art, but like, it's pretty. We're in Alaska, we got the mountains. We got a river. This is literally like one of the places I desire to be most in my life. I love mountains. I love being outside, which is strange because I now spend most of my time inside playing video games because that's one of my other passions. It's hard when two of the things that you love most in the world really contradict each other. I like staying in, I like playing games because I like the emotional journey of a lot of them. I also like the strategic parts of many other ones. I like watching movies, I like TV. But I also like nature and I love being outside. Also, this game is like it's really on the rails, like forcing us to do like one kind of linear path, but it doesn't really feel that way, at least when you play it. It's just like I want to go where it wants me to go. We'll also jump off that. So maybe we shouldn't jump from that high up. Beautiful lake. You come back here, Fox. Where are you going? These butterflies make us jump higher. That would be insane. Okay, they don't. That would have been a little wild. We could always go back and play through the whole game again with commentary. That's basically New Game Plus. I wonder what would ultimately have more emotional weight if we just ended it at the tree, or if we get to wherever it is we're going. Whereas with most of the other games I play, I feel like my commentary at least adds a little bit. This time I feel like it's more just detracting from the beauty of the game itself. Oh, dude, we can zoom in to look. It's that building. Oh, that's just a rock. Never mind. It's like maybe that's the building where the people that got killed by the bear live. First tree. Guess we are a little winded from running so far. Was that the carving that we and our dad made? No, it's what we wanted to say to our children. Dude, almost. Okay. That was so close to what we typed. Oh my god. I was like, if we're just telling ourselves something. I love you and I will always cherish you. Oh, Jesus Christ. I can't play another emotional game like this for a while. Oh, crap. I mean, at least it doesn't end as, like, just sheer melancholy. Dude, it got to me. David Whaley? Or Wheel? I'm not the best with names. This is by David and Elise. That's really cute. Music by Josh Kramer. Talk media provided by Pond 5. Josh Kramer, your music is beautiful. Additional music by Lowercase Noises, First Glimmer of the Wind, Messages to the Bears, You Are a Memory. Both of you guys, awesome. The translators, also incredible. Everybody just coming together to make the game work. Additional programming by a couple other people. Special thanks to everyone at The Void and some other stuff. Testing done by Matthew, Jonathan, Porter Hoskins, Jeff Young. I can't read all these names fast enough. Additional thanks to all of those people. And thank you to my eternal family, Elise, Evelyn, Will, Matthew, Cherry, Jonathan, Christina, John, Mom, and Dad. I feel like the music cut out a little too soon. Would you like to anonymously submit your statement to the first tree to an online moderated database? It may appear randomly to other. Oh! Someone else said that to us? Yeah. No. Yeah. No. Yeah. Green means yes. Definitely send it to somebody else. Somebody else said that to us. Dude, what's the most emotional part of this game? I don't even know. Holy crap, that's been the first tree. Literally go get it right now. Buy it, play it, leave an amazing review, uh, send a message that can go to other people's first trees. Holy crap, no, I loved it. I mean, honestly, play it with somebody that you care about. It's a beautiful game. Everybody involved did an amazing job. Like, great story, great gameplay. It was really pretty. I loved it. And I'm gonna take a much needed break from the taxing emotions that I have felt during this. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like. It helps a lot. If you disliked it, that's okay too. You can hit the dislike button if you want. If you want to see more in the future, subscribe. Hit the bell icon to be notified. There's not going to be any more in the first tree videos. We did complete the whole game, but hopefully we'll find more games like this if it was something you enjoyed. So check back in the future. We do have other things going on the channel as well, but I don't want to bog you down with all that. So for now, thanks for coming along on this journey. It's been really fun, and see you next time. Bye.